now joining me live on the broadcast is Mohammad Ali Shah, major defense expert. Thank you, sir, for giving me at least your time. And now, in fact, the developments that we are tracking from Manipur, as far as the Assam Rifles making the area domination in the region, where the curfew in the two villages continues to be imposed while the mob destroys the temporary structures. How do you view the latest developments that we are tracking right now and the curfew being imposed? What this means exactly as the village continues to even be gripped by the ethnic tensions?
Right, Simran, that's a very, very good question. And when we talk about the latest developments, thank you very much. And also, I would like to congratulate the new Chief Secretary of Manipur, Mr. Prashant Kumar Singh, who has newly been appointed. And the outgoing Chief Secretary, Mr. Vineet Joshi, who would be going out for Manipur. People of Manipur would miss him. Now, coming to the incident that happened now. Simran, the very fact is we all know that as citizens of our country, we should not take law in our hands. No matter what happens, we should maintain restraint. Even from both sides, even from security forces, which security forces did show restraint, I will not say that. We cannot uproot security agencies, camps. We cannot do vandalism, mob mentality, irrespective of whichever tribe, community, region, religion, wherever in our country. We should not indulge in that. We should respect the security forces, because the security forces are deployed for the people, local safety, who are serving away from the families in far-flung areas without getting leave. And it is difficult for them as well. Now, by protesting, go back, Assam Rifles, will not help. Why? Because I'll tell you why. Because the Jawans deployed on ground are only doing their duty. They have a mandate. They are following that. That will not really help anywhere. Now the fact is, tear gas, as Nivedita said, that the situation became aggravated when tear gas were fired. How else does one disperse a crowd? We try with minimal force. We see that the civilians are not armed. We try with minimal force. Also, from both sides. From the security point of view, the security forces and the villagers. But now uprooting a camp, attacking a camp is not the solution. We have to Josh ke saath hosh. That is very, very important. Now when we see, because it's already, Manipur has been burning since 3rd May 2023. In fact, it's been a very, very disturbed time in Manipur. And at that time, we cannot afford to have further tension. Now, when we talk about, because the wooden stock of timber was going and the Assam Rifles, Jawans, troops, they tried to stop it. And then a local politician came and he tried to intervene and he said, it's not your job, it is the forest department job. I think the security agencies have to be respected, because without that, I'm sorry, it will be very, very difficult to maintain peace and calm. They have to understand the fact that the just 2 days back, I was with the Director General of the Assam Rifles, Lieutenant General Lakera Saab. Very fine general officer, in fact, who knows the northeast part of India back of his hands. What he told me was something very interesting, and people will be very intrigued to know, our viewers will be very intrigued to know, that they are organizing a series of events where there would be one team Manipur. It will not be a Naga, Kuki or Maite divided, subdivided. No. One team Manipur, which means a Kuki, a Maite and Naga will be shoulder to shoulder together. They'll sit together, they'll eat together, they'll play together. They'll be part of one team. That would be Team Manipur. That's a very, very good initiative. In fact, काबिल तारीफ है, जितनी तारीफ की जाए उतनी कम है. It is something really very nice. Now, when we have an incident of the locals coming and attacking an Assam Rifles camp, the locals must realize that these Assam Rifles soldiers are there for their safety, to protect the locals, not to intimidate them. And if one has to cooperate with them, one has to cooperate with everyone, and we have to coexist together. When I was there, posted there with the Assam Rifles, I'm talking about way back in 2006, 2007, 2008, around that time. And in 2005, I was with the army as the ADC to the GOC Spec Corps. That time the Assam Rifles was under the COP operationally. So that time also there were issues, but they were all resolved. I mean, here it and right now there is Kuki Maite tension going on. There's also in a village which belonged to a Naga household, they had let Kuki tenants, and there was an issue about that. So it is it's a time of high tension. A small stone, a small chunk of stone in the water can cause ripples, can also create a tsunami. A small spark can create a big forest fire. We saw the forest fire in California and Los Angeles. We saw that. A small spark. Similarly, an assassination led to the World War. 1940, 1918.
Major
after 4
Mohammad
years of
Ali Shah, in fact, as you are also giving me the understanding of what you gathered from via the dialogues with the people who have the expertise in that domain, the incident has occurred in the village which is located in the Kamjong, which is a Naga majority district bordering Myanmar. While the situation escalated on Saturday when the Assam Rifles personnel, they intercepted the vehicles that were carrying timber, prompting a large crowd to gather in the protest. And these people from the community have rather alleged the harassment from the Assam Rifles. When we are talking about Assam Rifles, it is one of the central forces that were deployed in the various parts of Manipur, which has been in the grip of ethnic violence between Kukis, Meiteis, and left over 250 people killed and thousands homeless since May 2023. That is in fact the reality. And when coming to this very pertinent issue that has also been one of the latest local issues which we are tracking, don't you think and advocate for a peace and a pact which has been initiated by the center as far as the security deployment forces is concerned, because these activities which the forces do induce rather in fact reflect upon against them only?
Right, Simran, that's a very, very wise question that you've asked me. See, when we are talking about the Kamjong district, where a mob on Saturday, they destroyed the makeshift camp of the Assam Rifles, and the officials in Imphal said that the tension had been prevailing for the past 3 days in the Kangchup Giliang subdivision of Kangpokpi, after the villagers of Naga-dominated Kongsa Khul village and Kukizo inhabited Leilon Vaipai village. Vaipai is a very prominent Kuki tribe, in fact, sub-tribe, I would say. They come under the Kuki umbrella, basically. So they had engaged in over a territorial dispute. That was a separate thing. Now, here, yes, see, we have already, the central government has moved out 2 battalions from Manipur to Jammu Kashmir. My own battalion from the Assam Rifles, where I had served with, I had the honor of serving with, has been for the last 3 years, been in Jammu Kashmir. It's about time for them to come back now. They should be coming back anytime to the northeast part of India. But Assam Rifles is one particular fighting force which knows the terrain back of its hands. They are very good. They have surrendered insurgents. They have surrendered militants also underground with them. They are so good. The Assam Rifles boys, I can vouch with conviction, they are, their booby traps, their ambushes, their guerrilla warfare, their tactics is way ahead of what on New Year's, my family had gone to Vietnam. Now the very fact is, they send me pictures of booby traps and their guerrilla warfare tactics from there. I said, there's nothing compared to what my boys in the Assam Rifles did. So the very fact is, Assam Rifles, we have to have faith in them. वो फालतू में बदनाम हो गए हैं, and people are losing faith. I mean, the Meiteis especially have lost faith in the Assam Rifles, and I regret that. I really wish we could really find a way to a solution to win hearts and minds. Now, by moving out a battalion, is that a solution? No, that's not the solution only. We have to talk things over a table. We have to know what the misgivings are, what the misunderstanding is. We have to talk through dialogue is the only way forward. And the people, the troops, we have to understand that they are now from all over India. It's an all India troop, Assam Rifles. It's not just pertaining to one region only. And they were so good, the Assam Rifles troops, they would patrol without GPS, without maps. They would say, Saab, humko sab pata hai yahan ke bare mein. We know it back of the hand. When I would go for patrolling, I would keep the Naga boys as scouts ahead of the patrol because they would smell, they would sense. So the very fact is, each time when we accuse the security forces that we have to also
Well, all
understand
right.
that
On that note, in fact, I'm running a short on time. Major Mohammad Ali Shah, thank you very much for putting this in perspective and also putting it in perspective very precisely. Thank you very much.